Hi, my name is Spencer Garrett, and I'm running for school board in the Community Unit School District 200. I'm married to my wife Elaine of 28 years. We have 5 children and 2 grandchildren. We have lived in the Wheaton community for over 25 years. Having a top-tier education has always been important to my wife and I as we have raised our children. As a Sunday school teacher for almost 3 decades, the importance of preparing our children for life is a passion I share with the countless parents of School District 200. When it comes to education, our future heritage is at stake. My personal experience in our community has involved multiple board positions with several different organizations, all in the nonprofit area. Over the last several years, I have served as missions board president for a budget of close to $2 million. I served on that board for 12 years. I've served as an elder at College Church in Wheaton for 2 terms for a time of 6 years. I'm the current treasurer for Life of Messiah, of which I've been on the board of directors for over 30 years. I'm on the current board president for Camerata Chicago, which is a local chamber orchestra. I believe my experience and my leadership will bring a skill set that will be beneficial to District 200. Having our children approach education with a joy of learning and preserving childhood is what I am passionate about. Plato once said a long time ago, "The direction which education starts a man will determine his future life." Margaret Mead said children must be taught how to think, not what to think. If you share in this passion, then I ask for your vote on April 4th, the election day, for Community Unit School District Board 200. If I'm elected to serve the community in our school district, there are 2 initiatives I will pursue from day one within the scope of education. The first initiative is centered around academic excellence. Putting a plan in place to turn our declining test scores around is a priority. Our children are currently testing at 43% for proficiency in math and English. Other schools in the Chicago MS area are testing over 70% on these subjects. These low scores have been on a steady decline for way too long, and we must start to turn this around. I will look to pursue a rigorous academic environment where classroom time with the teacher is increased. Currently, in some of our schools, DEI initiatives along with social and emotional learning are taking up to an hour out of normal teaching time with basic classes. Our children need to get back to the rigors of in-classroom teaching with age-appropriate homework. Study outside of classroom is of utmost importance to prepare our next generation for college and beyond. The second initiative has to do with curricular integrity. We need to stop switching curriculum on our teachers and children with the latest fads. Getting away from phonics and reading has been a huge mistake in the past. Once a student is behind in reading, it's a disaster for all the other classes. The current new math curriculum is heavily reading-based and is more problem-solving than basic math skills. The lessons are long and cumbersome. STEMs like math are very important subjects, and we are not worth the risk to experiment on new curriculum when there is a ton of time-tested curriculum that we could be using. I am about time-tested curriculum that has measurable results over a long period of time and will pursue that goal. Around both of these initiatives of academic excellence and curricular integrity, District 200 needs specialized teachers to work with ADD and dyslexia problems within many of our students. I personally had a huge learning problem as a child due to my dyslexia and can tell you with firsthand experience that specialized help is needed. If you have a child with these kinds of needs, you understand the difficulty for your child when they are put in the conveyor belt of education without special attention. Transparency and communication and parental engagement are 2 more initiatives I will pursue. Involvement and communication pertaining to parents and our stakeholders, which is our property taxpayers in the community, is of utmost importance. Our current board violated the Open Meetings Act more than once this past year to discuss behind closed doors lewd and pornographic material that they deemed healthy for our children. If elected, I will relentlessly pursue transparency and communicating to the public in all of these matters. Parental engagement or parental rights is another area that I will uphold. I believe that the children of District 200 belong to the parents, not the state, not the government, not the schools, and not the National Education Association. Our children belong to their parents, and any material or in-school care for any child in District 200 will not take place under my watch without parental consent. Currently, there is a gender support plan in place without parental consent in District 200. This plan is using best practices not from any local parishes, churches, mosques, synagogues, but from an activist organization out of New York City. If I'm elected, I will do everything in my power to stop this and things like this from taking over our schools. I am all about parental rights and involvement from parents. In addition, our stakeholders need to know that they have a voice with me. I will be financially responsible with your tax dollars, knowing full well that we are already one of the highest tax communities in the nation and that over 70% of your tax bill goes to the schools. District 200 is currently projecting out through 2028 a 19.11% increase in revenues coming from our stakeholders. My vote will be about appropriate spending on what is needed to move forward and appropriate restraint on what is not needed. I believe I have a fiduciary responsibility to you as a property taxpayer. As a closing statement, the voters of our community must decide who to vote for. If you want more of the same, that is low test scores, more children behind and not ready for the next grade level or college, more confusion from values coming from outside our community, higher property tax bills, then you should vote for the two incumbents and the other three candidates that have been campaigning with them and are like-minded with them in their ideology. If you would like a change for a brighter and better education environment in District 200 and believe that these initiatives that I have spoken about do matter for our children, for our families, and for our community, then I am asking for your vote. Vote for Spencer Garrett in the 4-year term. I would also ask that you vote for the other three like-minded candidates that are on the ballot with me and have been campaigning with me. Kim Hobbs in the 2-year term, Amy Erkinswick and Dave Sommer in the 4-year term.